Hi there, Kesicki here again from Quantum Quest Coaching, and today we're going to talk a little bit about relationships. But the reason we're doing this particular video is I've been getting a lot of emails from people wanting to know what the symbols on my arm are. So I was at a seminar a couple of years ago, and the teacher instructor basically threw something like this on the floor in a group of us, about 25 of us in a circle, and we just looked at it, and they told us it was about relationships and what did we see in there. So how this was explained was that people come into our life for a reason, or for a season, that's why the lines bend and move away from each other, or for a lifetime. And at that point in my life, that was a very meaningful symbol for me. And I looked at it and I stared at it longer, and I started seeing a little bit more than that. Maybe you might see the same thing that I saw. This was laying down on the floor, and I guess I was in front of it like I would be if I was looking at it this way. But what I saw here was humanity. And when you think about relationships, or I thought about relationships in the past and now going forward, I think there's always a reason that people come into our lives, whether it's for us to learn something or for them to learn something or for some meaning, some transfer of information. And, a lot of that comes from many of the things I teach about as X and those questions, why this situation exists, what does it mean, all that type of thing. So then we may be in a longer term relationship where we're together, and it's not just for a reason, we're together for a while, but it also fits another need, because inevitably it may go away, but there was something that was left behind from it. And again, those questions, what does this mean? How do I grow from it? What can I learn from it? How can I teach others? Really becomes important. And then there's eternal. And I see this as the legs of a person. So it's forever, so you get in those rare relationships that I wish existed more than today than they do. But, we meet somebody with them forever. But if we're not, it's okay, because there's also another reason behind that. All of this together, I see as humanity, as human being, as mankind, as a representation of what we are as a race. I also see this as the mind, thinking, body, and spirit, eternal. And then the last thing I'd like to talk about this, regarding this too, is relationships in general. These two circles are representation of a relationship. It might be a relationship that you've been in the past, or you might have been in a relationship that looked like this, sort of made famous by the movie Ghost, I guess about 20 years ago, where the famous statement was, "You complete me." Well, when somebody completes you in a relationship, and that relationship goes away, it leaves us with a Pac-Man or a hole or a bite out of us, right? So from the time I realized what was here, when you looked at this wonderful relationship about "you complete me," I realized that when somebody's completing you, we are missing part of us. And when we go into a relationship because part of us is missing, ultimately it could end up in getting bit. So when you look at a relationship that you want to be in, don't look at going into a relationship because there's something that you want or need from that relationship to complete you, but look at that relationship from the standpoint of like, I'm going to offer myself in this relationship with somebody else, and then the relationship is not completing anybody, but rather it sits on the top, whole and perfect from the two individuals. So in the event that the relationship goes away for a reason, you still have two completely whole individuals that interacted with each other, and maybe it was for a season, or maybe it was for a lifetime. So for more stuff like this, check me out on quantumquest.com, and thank you.